Okay, so now that the demonstration is over, now we will go into the results and discussion. So there are a few things that we can go through after we have gone through the demonstration. So one of it is that when the attacker is accessing the .exe file called admin control as well as admin master, these two files has the possibility of overloading system resources of the attacker system, which you can see from the graph here. The CPU usage is very high. The RAM usage suddenly also spike up very high. This usage, Ethernet usage. And then because of that clip, audio clip, video clip that I put in, which is the high pitch one, what it can do is it can actually cause possible hearing loss as well as ear damage to the attacker. So from the Microsoft Word file that was opened by the attacker, containing all those information that was useful, what we can conclude from this document here is that there is a possibility that we are able to catch the attacker red-handed at a specific time and location depending on how greedy the attacker is, using all the information as well as the special phrases that is included inside the document as a way to identify the attacker when they are at that location. Then the next one is the ability to panel grab information of the attacker system details. So remember all those files that was downloaded by the attacker, they aren't actually normal ordinary files. They are actually files that are actually armed with a honey token, which is called canary token, and it has the ability to tell me the details of the attacker, which consists of date and time of file access, the public IPv4 address of the attacker, country of the attacker, city of the attacker, region of the attacker, internet provider that the attacker used, if the attacker is using a Tor node, as well as user details of the attacker machine. Like in this case, in this screenshot example here is, we know that the attacker is accessing the file using Microsoft Office. Okay, next. And then the final thing that we can deduce from the demonstration is that we are able to gain remote administrative control override over on the attacker system. So as you can see that the payload is actually quite dangerous if it is utilized properly. So in conclusion to this presentation, it has shown that the Honeypot is able to detect as well as defend itself from the attacker. At the same time, it is able to cause damage to the attacker, not only from the attacker system standpoint, but also the physical damage to the attacker. It also has the ability for us to actually detain the attacker, because by actually knowing what IP details of the attacker, like in that case the internet provider, we can actually, with a warrant, we can actually go and ask the internet provider to actually give us more exact details about the attacker, and we can actually detain the attacker in that case. So besides that, we can also gather information about the attacker from that fingerprinting method used by the honey token. and the takeover of the attacker system using the payload in Metasploit. So as for future work in this project, the possibilities are that the log files are difficult to read, and one of the ways that could be made easier to read is that running it into a script to convert it into a Microsoft Office Excel file so that it can be easier to see and also analyze. Another thing that we can do is actually add the function of persistence to the Metasploit payload so that in future attempts to gain back access to the system, it will be actually much easier. And then the final one is to actually to make the admin control and admin master payload to actually make into an automated schedule task that will be run, that will be baked into the operating system and will be running once the user starts up the computer, as well as will be repeatedly triggered every few minutes so that it will annoy the attacker. And that is all for this presentation. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's very long. Thank you. Goodbye.